was the Rockefeller Foundation in 1939 that instituted the world's standard tuning. The Western world tunes to a 440 hertz frequency. When you tune your instrument to that, the F sharp note is 741, precisely. Not 7.41.1 or 0.2, it's 741, which meant that there was a clear, scientifically researched intent. The 741 A440 link came out of military research in the 1930s to induce psychosocial stress and dis-ease to the max. It was selected that A440 would be the standard tuning for the Western world. In fact, quote, mass hysteria, end quote, could be induced by instituting that frequency.
You know what this is?
What is it, Buddha?
It's the book of life. In the beginning, when man arrived on earth, the black gods did leave their spacecraft and they walked and they named the beast of the sea and the animals of the land.
Heavens.
And man in his blackness did walk the earth, making medicine.
Medicine?
They discovered time. These were all black people got down. Wait a minute. This ain't, there ain't nothing in here about whitey. This is ours. Wait till the brothers hear this.
Buddha.
I'm gonna get this book out of here, baby. This tells me real tea.
Buddha, control yourself, don't you see?
What you mean, Jack? Look at this here. Black people started the music and the brain surgery back in the year 3 BC.
Yes, of course, Buddha.
Man, they was getting down. This is it, brother.
Yes,
everybody gonna know about this. Listen, we can change the history. Civilization will be changed.
By all means.
Yeah, this is gonna be it.
Get the bulldozers, there's nothing here. Shut up! Good heavens.
I mean, we're taught history in school, but what if those dates aren't really the right dates? What if those people aren't even real people? Now, I'm not saying this man ain't real, but who's to say someone couldn't just draw a portrait of him and falsify some documents and be like, blam, this man existed. This could have been a character. And why would somebody go through all that trouble to lie about some dates? Maybe because they're trying to hide something. They're trying to create a narrative that they want everyone else to believe. Because look at the dates on some of these things right here. Up here we got 7412, 7292, 6493, 7415. According to this calendar, these dates have not even occurred yet. So in the past, were we really in the future? Why did we get off of this calendar? And here's some more. 7093, 7180, 7162. Seems like a lot of stuff is going on in year 7000. But I don't hear nothing in the history books about year 7000. What could have possibly happened in the year 7000 that history wants to hide? The point where we just started the fuck over. What if what we know as the 1800s really wasn't the 1800s? This is not just America, okay? This is a tombstone in Russia that has the old date of 7388 on it. So worldwide, they was in the year 7000. Mysteriously, everybody just stopped. Where did 5,000 years of our history disappear to? Human history is much, much, much older than what they're telling us. I mean, I don't know the validity of this photo, but that would explain why they were able to have such advanced technology back then in the 19th century. Like, what is this, a ghost machine? We're in the year 2023 and I still have not seen the Ghostbusters bust one ghost. Oh, you thought you were doing something with that scooter, huh, little Susie? Think again. I'm starting to think we really are behind. I don't think y'all really feel me on this. Okay, look at this. This is St. Louis, right? This is the best we can come up with in 2023. But look at this. This is St. Louis in the 19th century. This shit look beautiful. Unreal. It looks like it's on the set of a movie. Let's run it back. This is Chicago. I guess this is a major landmark in Chicago. The formed orb. This is Chicago in the 19th century. This don't even look like America. This don't even look like it belongs in America. And this is Chicago? What happened? These dates are out of whack. The technology is out of whack. The architecture is out of whack. History, overall, is out of whack. What year you think we really in? Let me know in the comments.
Cabbage Patch Babies and Orphan Trains. I've got quite a theory for you, so hear me out. Cabbage Patch Babies, that's basically, have you ever heard of a homunculus? Homunculus is like, they have figured out ways they can grow people out of the ground. It's pretty disgusting, but it's a real thing. And so they figured out how to grow people in basically in a cabbage pod. It's like the same as the pod people. And but they had to convince everybody that the world was a globe, of course. So that all ties into Tartaria. They wiped out everybody. First, they taught all the elders. They tried to get them to accept the fact that the earth was a globe. Some did, and I think the ones who didn't were killed, and then along with everybody in the population. And then they repopulated. There was the incubators and the infantoriums of the I'm blanking out. It's the world fairs, the infantoriums of the world fairs, and they would sell these babies, live babies, and nobody knew where they came from. So like Jerry Seinfeld said his dad was one of the babies that came from the World Fair incubator. But so they used these orphan trains from like 1850 to 1924 to like repopulate all of America with children. That's why you see pictures of children trying to operate these giant pieces of machinery that obviously are not built for people their size. They're built for adults at the least, if not something bigger than that. And so once they were able to wipe out everybody who still knew the truth about the shape of the earth, they could start their new education program and grow up a whole new America. And where 100% of them, when it began, agreed the earth was a ball. In every big city in America, there has been a fire that destroyed the entire city at some point in the last 150 years. Just Google it. So first, anyone who was a Tartarian, which is a blanket term, I understand, was killed, and then they tried to destroy every piece of architecture that proved what they were doing so that they could try to convince people that technology wasn't better before you came along. And then they grew a whole new society, and they fed them the lies that they wanted them to believe. We are now at the point in our civilization where technology has severely outpaced the lie. So it's very easy now to figure out the earth is flat, but we're so locked into our programming that it's very difficult to question your reality. Once people do question the reality, consider the possibilities, then they can open their mind and start activating their consciousness. That's when you have the power to make a decision against authority if it's bad for you.
So the African map is upside down, and it might seem like a small issue, but it is not. This is how our ancestors used to view the map. And this is how the white man's education has taught us to view the map. Now, why?
So if today's East was ancient West, and today's West was ancient East, then ancient Kemet, Egypt, and Jerusalem.
I was talking to this pastor, and this pastor was like, y'all young people's finding out the secret. And I asked him, what secret is he talking about? He said, yes, America is Egypt. He was like, that's what the Seminole War was about, the Louisiana Purchase was about. And he was like, look up this map. It's called Tamari. And he said, y'all, it's Tamarikans. So I went to look up at the map, right? And I was amazed he was right. He was like, that's y'all true nationality. And he was like, when the Seminole War broke out, that's when they won and they took over America and started calling them Americans, and they spelt it different. And the Bible is based upon y'all. All pastors know this, Freemasonry know this, everybody know this.
Pyramid on the Nile in Northeast Africa doesn't have stair steps going up it. It doesn't have temples on top of its summits. They could not go and break through the boat on the temples atop those great pyramids. There are none there. And that was the clue that Egypt was writing about the Americas. And the deeper I got into the records, the clearer it got. They started actually saying, and because Amun loved that land so much, he said it's his beloved land, and that word was Mary, the beloved. Mary, M-E-R-I, Mary. And the land, of course, as before,